Hey everybody, Bam Collectibles here, back for a fun showcase and tutorial of how to custom light your statues with LEDs. Now, if you're somebody who's not going to be using this tutorial, I still need you in helping me to decide which effect to use for the LEDs. I'm also going to be showcasing my holy grail statue that I've custom lit and a bonus at the very end. I do want to mention that primarily this is going to be for clear resin statues like the two you see right behind me over here. So it's very important that it has something to shine through and it has a little bit of room to install the LEDs. But without delay, let's jump on in. I am so excited today to bring this tutorial to everyone because it's been something that's been requested by me for some time. So today is that day. What you see behind me is Surge Studio Kisame, and this is the remote that they included to turn on the LEDs, which I've actually removed from the statue. And how this works is, let me take Pikachu off here real quick, is if you press the button on the front here, it activates the infrared, which is a dot that, kind of communicates to the LEDs. It's going to be found towards the backside right here, and it connects with the LEDs on there and it turns it on. Either way, it's run by batteries, and batteries are such a big pain because they passively pull energy. For this specific unit, it ended up killing the batteries after 3 months at a time. Bottom line, I never really got to use the LEDs that were on Kisame because of how much they were reliant upon batteries. The freak you doing in the shark's mouth, baby Kurama? Get out of here. Here is the box of LEDs that I will be using to install today. Now, I got these off of Amazon, and if you're not aware, I do have an Amazon store where on that site, you will find all of my go-to items that I recommend for collectors for anything from repairing to customizing to just enhancing your overall display. But check that out. Anytime you purchase something from there, I get like a 1.5% kickback, takes it out of Amazon pockets and put it into mine. What we have right in front of us is the AC adapter that will be providing the main power to the unit. And this is the remote that's included. Now, there will also be an app that you can use, but this is a remote if you don't have access to that app. Up next is the roll of LED lights. Now, this one is inside of the package here. Let me pull the one out that I already have removed from there. And this is what it looks like, just all rolled up in a nice little plastic wheel. And we have the tabs that are going to be connecting to the main power hub right there, both the male and female sides. The strips themselves are coated with a very thick layer of silicone, and if you look very closely right here in front of me, you'll see those gold dots right there, and that's actually the safe spot where you can cut the LEDs so you can trim them down to size if you need to. This piece right here is a splitter, and that is going to be used if you want to have both reels connected to it and powered up. Not many statues are going to use two reels altogether. Honestly, one whole reel in a statue is way overkill. Usually about half is all that I've used so far, but maybe you'd want to use another one. This piece right here is what communicates Bluetooth to the application where you can control all the different settings, which I will show you the app and how that works coming up soon. Way to get everything connected is first you want to have the AC adapter obviously plugged up to the wall. Take these little twisty ties off, and then we're going to be plugging this part into that Bluetooth port right here. With those connected, go ahead and grab your reel of LEDs, and we're going to be connecting them to that port. That is that, and let me go ahead and unplug these, get this plugged into the wall, and turn them on so you can see what it initially looks like. As you can see, this is not your average LED lights. There's going to be some funky settings included in here that's going to allow you to accomplish some pretty unique looking LED custom lights with your statues. The application is called LED Hue, so I'm going to go ahead and download, and I open that up. And right here, you're going to select the top setting, which you'll see there. And once selected, you're going to be entering into it with the bottom button. On the bottom of the app is a bunch of settings we'll check out later. And then on the top is this wheel that you can spin with your finger. And that's all the different settings that you could change these lights to. There's going to be some crazy things coming up. In order to get these installed, I do need to remove the giant water shark bomb head. So let me do that real quick. With the application to our left and the base to the right, we'll dive into this. As I mentioned before, there were some lights initially in this one. It was actually a disc LED that was installed in the center, but I did unscrew those and take that out, and I ripped out all the cords as well. So we're going to be putting the custom lights in here, and I'll rest it up so you can see all the different settings as we change them. You can spin the wheel if you want to go through them all rapidly, or just press this right arrow, which goes through them one by one. And look at that setting right there. That looks perfect for a Susanoo custom light right there. How amazing does that look? All right, and here we have our first candidate for what we could possibly use to light up the water shark bomb. This looks perfectly, as it represents kind of a watery tone, the way that it's in a rippling effect. But we'll go through some other ones. I marked that one as a favorite, and we'll see if we have some other options out there. And here's another one. So we're going to, again, mark this one as a favorite so we know which one to come back to. We hit that heart up top, a cool little feature as well, and see if we can't find some more. Man, you can see for yourself so many crazy cool settings they have on here. And here's our third candidate right here. I already had the heart on here because I was looking at this one before. So this is going to be our third option that we're going to go with, and I'll showcase later. Be sure to stick around. I'm going to need you to vote and let me know which one you think is best for this statue. And as we close this section out, I'm just going to spin through some of the other settings so you can see them. All right, so another thing I want to mention is on the bottom, you could change the colors so that they're just a solid. And also, you can change the speed of the effect that's going on. So you can see here now, I slowed it down, and here I sped it up. So that's another cool feature. It brings out different characteristics of each setting. With your LED strips out, I'm going to go ahead and take all of this strip off of the wheel so I have it ready to string it up. Now, how I'm going to go about this one is I want the wire to hang out to the back side so that I can plug it in, and obviously that the wire's hidden. But I need to be sure that there's enough room for that giant wave to go back on, so only the wiring can be there. There is an adhesive backing to this, so I'm going to pull off a little bit of that strip on there and get these mounted into place. Hopefully this will work. I may have to change it around a little bit later. Unfortunately, I need a little bit more room, so I'm going to have to pull this off and pull back some more of that adhesive tape so I can get a little bit more length out of that. All right, we are in business, and what I'm going to do here is I'm going to be speeding things up. I think it's like ×6 speed, so we can get through this pretty quickly because this is quite an annoying process that I don't really want to show you all of it, but I want you to see exactly what I did. For this one, I'm not going to be adhesively sticking it to anything, which most times I do, but with this one, I'm going to actually form it in the shape of a coil so that everything lights directly up. And so you can see here, it's a little bit of a messy job. It does take some patience when doing it, but I can't wait to show you at the end result. It pays off so greatly. Also, for all my perfectionists out there, this job can be messy. It doesn't really have to be perfect looking because most of it is hidden underneath. You're not even going to see it. So you'll see that my job gets a little bit sloppy towards the end, primarily because, again, it just doesn't matter. It's not something that's seen, and it's not worth the time trying to make it look aesthetically perfect. With everything lit up, now I know the length that I need, so I'm going to go ahead and cut the LEDs on those markings that I showed off earlier. Time to clean up and then get everything in place so I can get that large wave installed and get the giant water shark bomb back on this. With this bad boy back on, we're going to dim the lights down and go over each setting that we chose before. And you can let me know in the comments below, which one do you think I should choose in the end to go with? All right. So this is the custom look of Kisame with some lights on over him. He just looks incredible, amazing. And I want to showcase to you my prized possession that I've custom lit. Is none other than Surge Studios Itachi Armored Susanoo. I love this thing. It looks amazing. The lights are strung up behind it, not under it. And as a bonus, I want to showcase to you a preview of something I custom lit that's going to be a statue coming in the near future. Hope you enjoy. Let me know in the comments below who you think it is. As always, do what you love what you do. Bam out.